of all, and I say this to people all the time, as I study NFL wide receivers, Amari Cooper is great in transitioning, getting in and out of routes. He's great at it. And I knew Dak Prescott was a young quarterback. And I was like, wow, he needs what the greatest thing you can give a young quarterback is a great transition receiver.
What does that mean to our audience?
That means a guy, if I'm running a 17-yard comeback, 17 back to 15, when I got a guy that can transition like Amari Cooper, as a quarterback, when I see him, he'll run 15 yards. He's going to try to break down the last 2 yards and then come back out of that route. He's so great at getting in and out of it, transitioning.
Gotcha.
I can now throw the ball
to an open guy
when he's going in the route, knowing when he comes out of the route, he's wide open. I don't have to wait to see him open. I can throw it before he comes open, and now my confidence rises. And I knew and he's young. I was like, put him with Zeke and Dak, and you can have something for a long time.
Now listen, I didn't like him out of college. I said he was a way better Tebow. And then he won, and I had to shut up. And then I still watch him now. And I say, and I said this to start the show, his intangibles are off the charts. As an arm talent, consistency is a lot I don't love. Why is Jerry so loyal? Because there's a lot of times I watch him. He doesn't look like Mahomes. He doesn't throw a ball like Goff. He doesn't do a lot what a lot of the Andrew Lucks do and Russell Wilson's. What is it about him in Dallas?
But you see what you did? You see what you're doing, which is amazing to me. You've given Mahomes and Goff a level of greatness because you've seen his arm talent, or you see what Goff does. Dak Prescott has more wins than all of them. Dak Prescott came in and did things that none of them has done in his first year, in his first few years. But we see certain things, and we see these dynamic offenses in Mahomes and Goff and everything. Dak Prescott has everything, and he's still a young quarterback. And there's some things he's got to get better at because he's missed a couple guys running deep.
His fumble issue?
He got to get better at that, and he knows that.
So when you look at the Cowboys and you look at the NFC right now, you beat New Orleans at home.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a team, as you sit here today, Michael, that you don't think Dallas matches up with? Is there a team you'd love to see him play in the playoffs and one that worries you?
I was worried about the Saints because they were so explosive. And I said, there's no way Dallas can match that explosiveness. But that was prior to me seeing the performance of the defense against the Saints. Because really, I underestimated that defense. I said, no way they can keep the Saints down. And then I overestimated what the Rams are doing. I said, no way anybody can stop them. I saw that yesterday. I saw what the Cowboys did to the Saints. I saw what the Bears did to the Rams. And you say, oh, my God, yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can win this year with what you have right now if it all comes together the right way. The Cowboys have everything they need.
It's very interesting. So we see the Rams go into cold weather, and they crumble. And, everybody loved the Rams for this first 7-8 weeks. And it's funny, Michael, because I think of Dallas as a warm weather team. But what's interesting about this Cowboys team, your team had some Aikman. You were very dynamic. There was a lot of glitz. But what I find funny with this Cowboy team, they're very blue collar. They're very physical.
Yeah.
They're not that dynamic.
Colin, I'm telling you, they are physical. And watching that game, I was there that Thursday night. I watched when Jalen Smith came across and hit Kamara. And I promise you, Kamara, when I looked at him, I could tell he was like, whoa, what was that? Like they're fast. They remind me of the defenses we had in the 90s. A lot of guys up front going after the quarterback and fast linebackers. It's hard to get you will not have more speed than the Cowboys defense have. And that's the key to that defense right now.
Jerry, I watch him in the owner's box. He is so happy.
He is. He's a good man.
He's been very good to a lot of people.
Man. He's a good man.
Jerry going forward, I know a lot of times we think, Jerry's a little crazy. Does Jerry still make a call in Dallas, or is Steven running it? If I said to you today, who makes the final call on draft day? Who makes the final call on Dak's salary?
Listen, Jerry's always delegated to Stephen Jones long time ago. When I was working on my contracts, because I was involved with all of them, he would say, "Let's talk to Stephen." And, so he's groomed Stephen. He's that kind of a father. He helps us in business. Of course, he's going to prepare his own sons for business. He will give them the call. He will give him the call. Now, he's like the president. He will have veto power over all things.
Did he ever say no to you?
Oh, God, yes.
Jerry said no to you?
Well, when we're doing negotiations, he may say no to my number, but he'll say it in a special way. Like I had one receiver of the year, and I would write down a number and pass it over to him, and he would go into these long stories. Oh, Michael, back in such and such with my dad, we did this. We were down in El Paso. That happened down in El Paso, So what I'm telling you is I Paso on that number. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what is that? I said, man, are you we're trying to get my money right, and you giving me these long, drawn-out stories. He's the only guy that'll tell you no and have you laughing that he just told you no. That's how he is. He's great at it.
Jason Garrett's safe, right? Jason's his guy?
He is his guy. And another thing people got to understand, too, when we start talking coaches, it's not just about X's and O's on the football field. It's also about personalities and managing personalities. You don't hear players coming out leaving the Dallas Cowboys talking about how much they hate Jason Garrett. You don't hear that. And we're getting this everywhere. Look at what just happened in Green Bay. Look at when Amari Cooper leaves Oakland and go to Dallas. There's something went on in Oakland that he didn't want to play for anymore. It's not just about, we're no longer in the Lombardi-like years where coaches have dominion over players. It's about partnership with players. How good are you at partnering with these guys that have got $50 million guaranteed that you cannot cut? That's important too.
Michael Irvin from earlier today. Coming up, the 3-word NFL game, describing every NFL game in 3 words next. Christmas is right around the corner, and when 1-800-Flowers.com releases their one-of-a-kind best-selling holiday arrangement, you better pay attention. The Holiday Flower